Hello everybody, and welcome back to another shorter tutorial today. This tutorial was actually suggested by one of my friends on Discord who wanted me to make a tutorial on how to scale diagrams properly for these type of diagrams. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why not? That would actually be a pretty cool tutorial, and I know a lot of people do struggle with scaling these diagrams, especially because it's like probably people don't know how to do it. So yeah, today I will be showing you guys how you can scale these diagrams to be accurate to what the locomotive scale should be in game. So yeah, let's get started. So, to start off, first you're going to need a part. Any regular part will do. I'll put this to increment of 1. Next, you're going to want to go to the part and add a decal using the object tool. You can put this decal on this side. Next, you don't have to do this. What I like to do is you can scale the part to be like so or so. And yeah. Next, of course, you need your diagrams. Now, if you check down here, I have two diagrams. I have diagrams of the Snail Beach District Railway hopper wagons that I got from some random diagram server. This is gonna go for a future game, but I need to scale them right now. So, normally you could just upload the decal or the image like so. However, this can be an issue. This is an issue I've noted. Roblox does sometimes get mad when you upload something that has like a copyright logo on it, and will sometimes suspend your account and require you to like say, no, I will not do this again. So to avoid that, I have actually gone to the liberty of chopping these diagrams up. Now yes, they look ugly and they look kind of hideous at the moment, but this should hopefully ensure that Roblox doesn't catch you. And normally speaking, you don't have to do this, but like I do get a bit paranoid because I've had this issue in the past. So at least I personally like to do this. So yeah, do this to your diagrams or don't do this to your diagrams. It doesn't matter. However, what does matter is the size. If we go look to see here, see the resize image, we can see this diagram has a width of 1550 pixels and a height of 2048 pixels. Now, these numbers are very important as the Roblox's max scaling resolution is, or max scaling size thing is 2048. So if I were to try to put this as like 5000, it would equal out of 2048 or like max out of 2048. So that is incredibly important if you want to scale these guys. So, what I like to do, or what I normally do, is try to either get diagrams that are under the 2048 limit for the height and width, or in this case, rescale these diagrams, which were, if I check the resize image, 4126 by 5451 pixels to the hard limit. So, once you have that done, you're going to want to take your width, this 1550, copy that number, and go back in the studio. Now, you're going to want to go to your X, which right now is number 5, and paste that in. That means this part is now 1550 studs wide. Next, you're going to go to your back to the image. You're going to take your height, the pixels, 2048. You're going to go back to this part, and you're going to go to your Y. You're going to scale that from 4 to 2048. Now, you have a massive block of part right here. Next, you're going to want to go to that decal, and you're going to want to go to the texture here. You're going to press Add Image, choose File, and go to the MSR, at least I'm going to go to the MSR copper cutup, press Create, and Roblox will upload this to their database. And assuming you've done that correctly, yep, it'll show up like so. So, now you have a diagram that is perfectly scaled, as in, like, it's not squished. Like, if you put a circle there, like, this is like a perfectly symmetrical diagram. However, this is not exactly work-offable, which is why we're going to be rescaling this. So, the first thing you're going to do is, you could probably want to scale out a bit more. You're going to press Shift on your keyboard. You're going to click this green scaling thing here and bring it down. You don't have to click the green one specifically. You can click the green, red, or blue. Or green and blue, I guess. You're going to want to bring this guy up here so that way it's, onto your base plate. And we're going to want to go down here. This might take a while. A long while. I'll cut back to when I get there. Okay, we're back. So, next we're going to want to continue scaling it. I like to scale it down to be a lot smaller, like so. The reason why I originally scaled it out the other way is that way it would be a bit of thickness here, because Roblox won't scale anything past like 0.001 studs thick or wide or something. So now, yeah, now you have a perfectly scaled diagram here, except, of course, it's not scaled to the track width. Now, to do that, first you're going to want to take your part, such as this, and what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to know what your gauge is. These snail wagons are specifically gauged to be, if I recall, they are 2 foot 4 inches. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go to our X value here, which is 4, which we originally scaled to like 1550, and we're going to want to go 2.4. Well, that didn't shoot. 2.4. That should be 2.4 inch gauge now. Next, you're going to want to take a part and put it on this side. A part, put it on this side. And you're going to delete this main part. And now you have basically the width of your rails. So it's 2.4 inch gauge. Now, I'm not sure if 2.4 would... I mean, I'm pretty sure it would work. But just in case it doesn't, I would suggest trying to figure out the ratio of the stud to inch increment. I think it's like 1 equals 1 meter. I know that some games use the 1 stud equals 1 foot system, which I guess works. But at least for this case, we're just gonna stick with that. So once you've scaled your tracks to be like so, you're gonna want to take your diagram and you're gonna want to move it down to about here or so. Now this is important. You're going to want this brick and this brick to line up evenly with this section here and this section here, which will be an approximate width of this diagram's width, so that way it'll be correctly in scale. So I'm going to switch quickly, go to 0.05 studs, see if that's a bit louder, not sure. And I'm going to start scaling it. Make sure to continue pressing shift, that'll keep the thing unified and not begin, getting out of hand, wonky. Next, you're going to want to do scale like though. So as you can see, now there's a lot of space here, so we need to scale it via this direction. So you scale it via that way. We move the part down like so to about here. We'll move it to about here. Let's see, that should be fine, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Also, this is something you also should need to watch out for. Sometimes diagrams will be wonky, as in they're not straight. So if you notice that, you can either straighten out the diagrams with like an online straightening program, straighten it out yourself on like whatever, like the image preview app here, or just stick with the wonky diagrams and hope they don't mess you up too much. I personally, if I'm lazy enough, I will probably just stick with the wonky diagrams if they're not wonky enough that they're going to cause massive issues. But I would highly suggest straightening out the diagrams because it'll help. So as you can see here, this is nearly scaled perfectly. However, this guy here is actually a bit too wide right now. So we're going to want to scale it in. Make sure to click shift and scale it in from here to about here to here. Let's see, scale it from here. And you know what? Actually, this actually looks perfect. All right then. So yeah, once you do that, you're going to want to copy and paste this guy or duplicate it. Rotate it like so it's about here. So then you got your front and side diagrams. You can duplicate this guy again, scale it like, or not scale like so, bring it up like so, bring it up to about here, and next, assuming this is what you want to do, you can always measure it to be about so then it will be like this, scale like so. Let me scale it a bit better now. Yeah, let me just move this guy out of the way real quick. You can move this guy out of the way as well. Here, you can always move this guy over here, like so, and then you can move this guy here like so. Move this guy down a bit, then you can... I like to try to generally match it up with these rails right here. This probably needs a 0.025, a bit of smaller increment. Oop. Oh, no, come on. A bit of a smaller increment, like so. Let me go 0.005. Now, this won't work 100% of the time. However, in this case, it does seem to have worked. So, once you do that, you can then bring your thing over to here. Bring your other diagram to about so. I can probably use the align tool. Also, this is align tool. Really useful tool if you use active object. This will allow you to essentially scale it so that way it is perfectly scaled like so. And, yeah, if I delete that, these should be perfectly scaled now. And, yeah, that's... Wait, is that wonky? Oh, that might be wonky. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much how you scale diagrams in Roblox Studio. Now, I will admit, this is not the best method. There are definitely way better methods. But this is probably the easiest method I found out. And assuming you don't care about pixel perfect accuracy and want something that, you know, is at least close to the correct gauge, this will work fine. But if you do want pixel perfect accuracy, you're probably going to need to do like a lot more math. Try to scale it up like a cylinder, not cylinder, like the correct width and size of a regular Roblox stud, which can get pretty finicky. But using this method, it gets the job done and is pretty much close enough. So, yeah, that should be all for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Comment down below and tell me what else you guys would like to see me do, and I'll see you all later. Have a great day.